Alright, so first things first is you want to get 2 pieces of 4x8 plywood, 3/4 inch thick. We went with a lower grade quality for the bottom 2 here, and a higher grade for the top part. You then want to glue the 2 pieces of plywood together using any pretty much heavy construction glue. We went with liquid nails and a caulking gun. Any glue will work. Just make sure you let it dry, and the plates are here on top just to make sure that it stays flat before screwing it down. So that's that. So this is the top higher grade quality plywood. That's also 3/4 inch thick. This is actually birch we went with, because it has less knots and it's actually pretty smooth. We're actually building 2 platforms, one for the squat rack and one for the deadlift platform, so depending on what you're building it for, you're going to need to get the right dimensions for it. Since this is for the squat rack, I went with a 54 inch by 48 inch. If you were going to build the deadlift, you're just going to need a 4x4, so those are dimensions for that. You don't have to stain the wood. I did because I wanted to protect the wood and also set off that look. It looks really nice. I'll show you what we went with here. A Minwax wood finish stain. Actually did a really good job. We did actually 2 coats, so 1 coat overnight and let that sit, and then I did the second coat second night and let that sit, and it came with this look. So pretty nice. And that will go on top of the other 2 pieces of plywood after I glue it on. So just finished pre-drilling. What I did is I went 1 inch here and I went 6 inches apart from each other. And then all I have to do now is screw them in with the screws I have with the drill. So that'll be the next part. So as you can see here, we go. Just like that. So just finished drilling these screws down with these 1 1/4 inch wood screws. No experience with wood shop whatsoever, and this was actually pretty easy to do. As you can see, some of these went a lot more flush than others, but it doesn't matter since this part you won't even see because it'll be covered by the stall mats anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. And as you can see, I put the top part on already and already glued that down and use the weights to keep it flat already. So next step would be to screw that down and then add the stall mats on the side here. Alright, so we're now at the final parts of cutting the stall mat here. As you can see, I drew a line across using a chalk line. We used that, you can use regular chalk if you draw it out with a ruler if you want, but we felt this way was more precise. And what we did is we put it up against the 4x4, or the middle piece of plywood in the middle. As you can see, I pushed up against as high as we could to get a tight fit, and then we just put the line across there. And then what I did with the other side, you can see that side's already done. Right there is I used a box cutter. This is actually a pretty good box cutter. What made it easy actually was wetting the surface along where we're going to cut it, and then also dipping it in water as we went along. That made it so much more easier, because if you just did it dry, it's pretty tough. And I used this little steel ruler here I found. I mean, you can use a T-ruler, that'd probably be easier to go across or connect it to the other side and come down. But I don't have one, so I use that, and it seemed to do a good job. So just to guide it along right here. And once I get that done, I'm going to glue both of these down. The final part of gluing the stall mats is now done, and I actually went a step further and put 3 nails along the side here, just for some extra support reinforcement. If I was using this as a deadlift platform, it would be now done, but I will actually be bolting the R3 down on here, so if you want to see how I do that, check out my other video. And also make sure to check out the description box below. I'm going to put all the equipment that I used and tools so that you guys can make this at home if you want. But other than that, I hope this video guys helped you out, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.